Hi guys, my name is Ellen. I'm a studious Memphian. You guys have probably seen me around by now. I have the most delightful pleasure in talking to Aimen today. He is from Sweet Eye. As you know, Sweet Eye just recently opened, still going through their soft openings. And yeah, so thank you so much.
Thank you for being here. Thanks for having me. This is exciting. This is definitely new, so I'm all for it. Let's do it.
It's awesome. So like for those who don't really know you or know about Sweet Eye, like introduce or tell me about yourself.
Sure, yeah. So my name's Aimen, co-founder of Sweet Eye Coffee. It's just me and my wife, kind of a duo team here. We started the company about 5 years ago. We started roasting coffee a little bit over 5 years ago, but it started on a barbecue grill in my backyard. I accidentally ordered some green beans, not realizing they were green, so I had to find a way to put them to use, and that's kind of how I got introduced to this aspect of it all. From there, I got a small little roaster, kind of, and friends and family. Obviously, it took off a little bit, and there was a little bit of a demand for it, so got a 2 kg roaster. Started doing a little bit as a hobby. We launched a website, steadily growing, slow organic growth in that aspect. So we wanted to try to give it a push or a boost. So we started a coffee trailer. We launched that in 2023, I believe. Yeah, about mid 2023. Just to get coffee out, and our coffee into people's hands, let them taste it, let them smell it. A little bit more personal experience on that aspect. So it never was a goal to open a cafe. It was always like back in the back of our mind that oh, it'd be cool to have a cafe one day.
Kind of circling back on you roasting your own beans over a grill. How did that idea even come to be?
I don't know. I was just doing some research and I seen that you could do it. You could do it in your oven. You could anywhere. I guess basically a heat source. I think there's a makeshift popcorn roaster thing that you can make, air roaster or whatever. I didn't have any of those things, and I didn't want to do it in the house. So I said, let's just try it on the grill, shaking a pan every few minutes. And that was kind of what introduced me to the roasting world. I start hearing cracks, I start smelling, seeing color changes and things like that. So it just opened the door for a whole nother, chapter of that. So where I needed to dig deeper, dive deeper into learning more about the roasting process. And even 5 years in right now, I'm still learning. There's just, I don't believe there's a perfect roast. Things are changing, the atmosphere, the environment, the humidity, the beans, where it's grown, even year to year harvest, it's just completely different. So
that's completely fair because you have such a large variety of beans.
Yes.
So I actually had a question on here.
Sure.
Because I saw on your website how many different types of beans you have, and like how do you know which beans to roast? Like for how long, and do you have like a recipe at this point for each of them?
Yeah, I do have some saved profiles, I guess we can call it. We roast with a software called Artisan, so it saves pretty much all the data that goes into a roast. And what's good is that we started small batch, so there's a lot of like learning in that aspect. You can see the density of the bean or moisture content of the bean, the size of it, a lot more delicate or not. We have guidelines kind of going into that once we see the characteristics of the green bean or where it's grown, the moisture level, and you can kind of set it around there. And just a little bit of sample roasting at the house on our smaller roaster will tell us a lot. So we can just bring that over into the larger scale here. So,
well, thank you guys for watching, and I will edit this.
Yes.